Hi, I'm Erlene Tilton. I'm here to help you create simple, tasty, healthy foods that are energizing, trimming, immune boosting, all in about 10 minutes. So today we are going to make some healthy lunches. Now I know that moms struggle with lunches, especially when you're sending your children out the door. And many times it's nothing more than a quick sandwich that they have every day. Kids get tired of the same old thing. So there's things that you can do to create a lot of different healthy lunches in a variety of ways and involve your children. That's the fun thing. So today we are going to learn some time-saving tips that will really help you put together lunches very quickly if you do it in the evening or in the morning, or if you're doing it just when you are ready to eat lunch. These are time-saving techniques that will really help you. Next, we are going to talk about children-friendly lunches and how to involve them more. And then we are going to put together several lunches that I know that you will enjoy. So let's start right in. And the first thing I like to start with is the time-saving tips. So here are several that I think that you will really enjoy and learn a lot from. So when I come home from the grocery store, most of the time, what I do is, well, I always take things out of the bags. Take them out of the bags. I think that it's frustrating and you'll make less salads and use less vegetables if you open that vegetable bin and you see a bunch of bags. Take them all out. Put them in there. The tomatoes, the cucumbers, the bell peppers, the celery, the avocados, all of those things, just leave them all out. Broccoli, cauliflower, just put them in the bin. I like to put a towel underneath, change out the towel every week or two, and you've got a fresh place for all your veggies. Then the next thing is, especially I think a lot of moms say, I like to get my children to eat more vegetables. So here's a way to get children to eat more vegetables. And that is to make them up ahead of time and put them in a container like this. This is awesome for a number of ways. First of all, when it comes to making lunches, you just grab. The thing I love about this is that if you want your children to eat more vegetables, guess what? They love color and they love variety. Now, my daughter approached me a couple of months back and she said, Mom, the worst part of my day is when I'm fixing dinner. She says, all the kids are pulling at my, shirt and they're crying and they're hungry. And I said, well, give them something to eat then. She says, what? And I said, here, get your vegetables made up ahead of time. Put these on the counter and tell them dig in. Like I said, children like color. They like variety. This isn't going to hurt or ruin their dinner. You're going to get these vegetables eaten ahead of time. So put these out and let children snack on these, and you'll love this even if you're by yourself. It's a nice variety to put ahead of time. You can grab them for lunch. You can put them in children's lunches fast. You can put them out for children to snack on while they're waiting for dinner. There's so many ways that you can use this to your advantage. And we're going to talk about a few of those ways in just a few minutes. The next thing is boil up several eggs at a time. Have these ready to go. So can you see the eggs in a white bowl? So that you can use these in salads or just along with some of the other things that you do. Another thing that I love to do is pressure cooked chicken. And you can do several breasts in like an Instapot. I love my Instapot. I just put a whole package or 2 packages of chicken breasts in there, cook them up, and then I put them in. I have a Bosch mixer that has whips like this. Any mixer that has whips like this. It's hard to believe this could happen so fast. But I did this just this morning, and guess what? In 5 seconds, this is what it looks like. It is completely shredded. Now, funny story, my last daughter's wedding, for the shower, we had the little chicken croissant sandwiches. I didn't go to any great lengths to make them really, truly out of the ordinary healthy, but I did get the chicken. I added mayonnaise, a little bit of diced celery, and my famous seasoned salt. That's all I did. I had tons of people ask me for the recipe, and I'm going, I didn't do anything special. It was the chicken. Well, I think it was the seasoned salt too. They loved the flavoring of this stir-fry seasoning salt. I'll talk about that in a minute. But you know what? The fact that I whipped it up with my whips and it breaks it right up. Now, you have to pressure cook it or cook it overnight in a crock pot because it's got to be really, really tender, kind of fall apart tender. And that's the way you're going to get this consistency. But think about if you've got several children, several lunches, or just you for, sandwiches or salad fillings. This is such a great thing to do ahead of time. And like I said, you can make this whole thing up like a salad filling and use on lettuce wraps. We'll talk about that in a minute too. So that's huge time savings. Another thing that I think is a huge time savings for me is I like to buy the baby greens. It's so easy to make salads if you've got these baby greens already just like they are. You don't have to wash them, you don't have to chop them, you don't have to tear them, you don't have to do anything except add them to things. And to me, if you're making salads, this is a great way to go. Just get these already done and ready, and it saves loads of times. Now, I don't just do that. I love my romaine lettuce, and I buy usually both of those every week, the baby greens and the romaine, so that I can do both because I do like both. So those are just a few things for starters, but the biggest thing is do some of these things ahead of time while you're already in the kitchen. While you're doing dinner, you can boil those eggs. While you're doing dinner, get that chicken in the crock pot. And then while you're doing this, just do a lot of it. And you've got it in the fridge for days. And that's huge when it comes to saving time when you're making lunches. Okay, let's talk about containers because I think that this is an important issue. If you're doing things for children, they like small containers. And this is why, having some little containers like this is great because you can individualize things. And so sometimes those are really fun. And this is another idea, something, that has the knife and fork. And it also has some dividers. So you could put, crackers, rice cakes, veggies, egg, this kind of thing here. I'm going to show you. So I tend to think that it's better to do plastic for children, but personally as an adult, when I do a on-the-go lunch, and I do a lot of these things because I go into town and it's an hour away from me, and so I like to take my lunch. I like to do things in glass. So I have a lot of round and square glass containers that are easy to put together a salad, and we're going to talk about how to do that. Other containers like this, there's just so many containers that you can do, and to me those wash up nicer, they don't go bad, and they are just better than plastic. So all right, we are going to go through some other things as we make some lunches and put them together. So one of the fun lunches, again, variety is key. And this is where kids really get excited. And this is a really fun lunch for children. And that is making a kind of a soft Southwest dip. And so this is kind of a child size portion. So maybe you like to make pot of beans. That's great. I like to do that as well. If you didn't make a pot of beans, hey, this is a simple way to do it. Just get some pinto beans. You can get refried, or you can just do the regular pinto beans. Today, I'm just going to do the regular pinto beans. And I did drain the beans, but just a few beans in the bottom. That's all it takes. Then we're going to add some diced avocado and just put that on top. I like to just slice open an avocado, dice it right in the avocado. And maybe if it's for a child, they won't want all of this, but this is kind of a medium to small avocado, and you can add it right on there. All right. Okay, next is, how about a few olives? Yep, that's great. Children all like olives. See, they can do this themselves, right? And have them do this. And next is, you can put a little bit of red pepper on it. They don't like red pepper, that's fine. I like to make sure and put a little bit of lettuce on it. You can put cheese, sour cream, whatever you like. I don't go for the milk, but if that's something that you like, then that's great. And then top it with just a little bit of red pepper sauce. And you know what? That's all it takes. And you have got a nice little healthy lunch right there. So you could just bag up a few chips like this and put it in a bag, and you've really got that lunch ready to go. So that's a simple lunch that you can do for an adult, for a child, teenage, any age. Kids usually like that Southwest. You could make it however you like it, but you can see that only took a minute to put together, literally. So I did have some of those. I did have the red pepper chopped up, but nothing else, or the lettuce too. So it's simple, totally simple to make. Okay, the next thing is trying to include more vegetables. I like to do veggie dips and vegetables. Now here's where I do like doing something, putting something in here. Now, I would say even for children, you know, they like vegetables. You could just find a way to, you know, find out what their flavors are, put a few veggies in there. And then over on this compartment, you could actually put, I like these mini rice cakes, or children do. And this is something that's fun, and you could put these over here, that, and even some crackers. These are a multigrain seed cracker. So you could put your chips over there so that they're not going to cross and get soggy. And then over here, then just add like your protein. You can add an egg here, or you can add just like a turkey stick on the side and add that with it. But you're also going to want to add some veggie dip, and that's where these little containers come in. Now, I'm going to share some recipes like some hummus and some almond dips and things that I have done, but I also wanted to share with you one of our favorite dips called Bombay. It's an almond dip, and oh, it's really good. I do have a recipe very similar to it that I'm going to share with you, but this is a great dip for children. They love to be able to have veggies and dips and crackers, and this is where they will love these lunches. So put that in there. And like I said, you can put the egg in there, and you know what? You've got a really nice lunch for children. Again, this only took us a few minutes to put all these together because most of this was prepared ahead of time. Super, super simple to do. And like I said, they'll love it. You've got the knife and fork to go with it, and away they go. All right. Next, let's talk about making salads, salads to go. Now, salads to go is really what I enjoy doing. And people say, well, how do you do it with the salad dressing? It always makes it soggy. I have one trick that has worked for me. And you can do this on the Southwest salad. You can do it on a lot of different types of salads. And the idea is you put your dressing on the bottom. And then you put some of the other things on the bottom, for instance, your meats on the bottom, and then you put your lettuce on top. It's not going to get soggy. And then you just turn it upside down. Now, let me share one of my favorite ways to make a very quick, easy salad dressing. People stress out over salad dressings, making salad dressings. They're easy to make, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on a salad dressing. So about 1 tablespoon. Okay, you can see I'm not one for measuring. So, and then just a sprinkle of seasoned salt. Pinch or sprinkle, whatever you like. And then you can, I like to do 3 drops of lime or lemon essential oil. I'm doing lime today. 2, 3, okay. And then 1 drop of black pepper and 1 drop of coriander. So the lemon or the lime is very cleansing, alkalizing, really good for stimulating good gut metabolism. The black pepper is amazing for curbing appetite and addictions. It's also very good for immune boosting. So, and we all like black pepper, right? So this is just much more concentrated, and oh my gosh, it makes everything so good. I do like to add 1 drop of coriander too. It has a great flavor. Coriander is really good for balancing blood sugar. And that's why I love adding the coriander. So we've just got this in the bottom. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more of the olive oil here. And 1 to 2 tablespoons, whatever you like on your salad. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is add our chicken. So you can put the dressing in the bottom, then add a little bit of chicken right there at the bottom, and it soaks in all of that flavor. Now, you can add anything else that you would like. For instance, I'm going to add celery right on top of that. I will add some red pepper. And I usually like to add the avocado. I like avocado in my salads, so this is definitely just always adds to your salad. So add that on. And then just add your greens right there on top. And your salad is ready to go. I usually will put in a fork, a small plastic fork in there, and then it's right there on top. So it's not going to get soggy. You can see it's kind of layered there. And then when you're ready to eat it, just turn it upside down. And it works really good. Just stir it a little bit, but you know what? Here's your salad to go. You don't want to shake it or turn it upside down until you're ready to eat it, but it's awesome to be able to make this way. You can do this for children too. Like I said, they are just, many times children love that. Include some crackers or something to go with it if you like, and they'll love that. They'll love that. Okay, all right, next, let's do lettuce wraps. These are easy on-the-go foods. So here's just an example of a lettuce wrap that I enjoy. See, I am not one for mayonnaise. I'm not a mayonnaise person. And so I choose to try to moisten my salad fillings with something other than mayonnaise. And did I say that this was salmon? So it's salmon out of the can, and this is what, 6 ounces. Okay, so we've got 6 ounces of salmon here. You could use tuna, you could use chicken, you could use other types of meats, and you could even use beans if you would like to. So do that. We are going to add another half of an avocado. You can see I like avocados. But you know what? It's nice to be able to add the avocado instead of the mayo. And again, you could mash it. I just dice it, and it works great. Works great. Put in that half of an avocado there. Now we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of cilantro and about 3 drops of lemon essential oil. And then sprinkle it again with our seasoning salts. There you've basically got your salad filling, and it works really good. I like to just kind of mash the avocados a little bit when I'm kind of mixing it up. But this is simple to make, and you've got the fat without the mayonnaise. If you're not a mayonnaise person like I'm not, I'd rather use, even you can just add a tablespoon of olive oil too, if you'd like. I found that this is just kind of perfect the way I like it. Then you can put this in a bowl if you're taking it, or just add it to your lettuce wraps. And like I said, we've just got some big romaine leaves, the outer leaves, and just put it down the center. You could actually do this in a small tortilla as well, and then fold it and eat it. And you know what? Even children like this. Children like doing fun things. Again, children like color, they like variety, and they like to do these things themselves. Give them the opportunity to make their own foods, and you'll see some fun things happen if you do that. So this is definitely something that is enjoyable for adults or children. And you can see this is a healthy, hearty lunch. Okay, now let's talk about some add-ons for lunches. I know that many times, especially if we're cooking for children, they like some of the add-ons. Now, what do I mean by add-ons is sometimes cookies and snacks, they don't have to, that's to me not the most important part, but occasionally it's nice to add something in. So you can get the little small snack bags of pumpkin seeds, and you can get these online, or you can also get like little trail mixes. This is a trail mix, mostly nuts. It does have raisins, but other than that, it's hazelnuts, pecans, macadamias, cashews, and walnuts and almonds, and plus the raisins. So these are great ideas. Fruit leather is also a great idea, but I always kind of try to stay away from this because they'll kind of eat it for dessert, and they say fruit leather and raisins, believe it or not, is one of the worst things for kids' teeth because it's gummy. It sticks to their teeth, and they don't brush right afterwards. So you've got to be careful, not too much fruit leather. On occasion, maybe. And of course, you can definitely make homemade cookies or whatever. I like to make cookies. These are actually grain-free, and I did one of the master classes on this. And then you can put them in the freezer and pull them out when you want. So make a dozen or two, double, triple the recipe, put them in the freezer and pull them out as is. You can also always put these in lunch boxes. Another fun thing that I do, and my family knows that I have my grandchildren, my son-in-laws, anyone in my family knows that I always usually have almond butter fudge in my refrigerator. And to me, it's such a great snack. So this is the almond butter fudge. You can see that I made it last night, refrigerated it overnight, and I did cut it into squares. So these squares, let me just, whether they're chilled, it's not so chilled right now, but these fudge squares are so yummy. And it's mostly almond butter. It's got a little bit of honey, a little bit of plant protein powder, and it's got 3 essential oils: ginger, wild orange, and cinnamon. Oh my gosh. And then it has a few seeds. There's so many variables to this recipe. It's fun to make. It's really tasty. And I've always said just 1 square is all you need to just feel like you've got that carb crave taken care of. It's just a really good fudge. So this is something that you could put in a little container like this and send it off with your children or with you. And definitely it's something that, you know, they can have. And like I says, once it's not chilled, it's a little soft, but that's okay. So almond butter fudge is really a good thing to have around. And like I said, let's see, this is 5 times 30 squares. It's going to last for a little while. So unless your grandchildren come to town or you have lots of children. So here's just some ideas. I hope these are helpful for you when it comes to make good, healthy lunches for yourself, because lunches can be healthy. And you notice we didn't do any sandwiches. There's ways to do healthy lunches that again, like I said, they're simple to make. We've done a lot of advanced prep so that when you do it together, it's simple. They're tasty. We've done a lot of tasty things, so everybody will love them. There's a good variety of them, and they're all healthy for you. So you can do this. It's easy to do, and you can do it in small amounts of time, and you'll enjoy the benefits from doing it. So where do you start? First of all, go to the members area. I will have that PDF up for you very soon. Look that over. It will go over the things that we have talked about today. Secondly, get your essential oils. They are the secret sauce. Go to dropbydropwellness.com and become a member, because this will save you 25%. You will be able to purchase at wholesale. Doesn't lock you into anything, but it does give you great essential oils that you can use internally and in all the foods that you prepare. And then take the time, try some of these recipes, incorporate some of these tips into what you're doing. This is where you learn the most, is when you do it. So make sure you do it. And then share the information with others. We know that a healthier people is a happier people. And this is what my goal is, to help you become a healthier and happier person, as well as help your family do the same. I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope that you will come back to the other classes, and I hope you will watch the other master classes that I have posted in the members area, because this is a fun place to be. Have a great day. Thanks so much for joining me.